Hi. I wanted to talk about percussion today. This is a list of things that I've made over the years that I keep refining and adding on to. I use it when I teach sometimes to suggest things, and I think that every orchestrator or composer could benefit from sort of, making their own list. I'm somebody that just likes making lists. I tend to forget certain things, and so it's like a gentle reminder. So this is called Percussion Suggestions. So basically what I'm doing is I'm making a column called Original Gesture. This is something I might receive from a composer as an orchestrator, or this might be something you yourself wrote, and you might be wondering what ways you could color a string harmonic, or what might be a complementary color, or what might dialogue well with a string harmonic. So that's what this tab is here for, or column rather, Original Gesture. Instrument are the suggestions of sometimes what are complementary colors that go nice with it. The mallet stick beater, just as a disclaimer, you really only need to say soft, medium, hard. Just have a rough idea of the sound that you want. Otherwise, they're going to make the decision for you. And I feel like as an orchestrator or a composer, it's your job, to know what kind of attack you want. And last column, dynamic, just meaning where some of these things just sound good. Typically with percussion, you just have to be very careful that you don't damage instruments using, mallets that are too hard on the wrong instrument at the wrong dynamic. So anyways, so string harmonics, what sounds like a string harmonic, and it's a lot of bowed instruments, crotales, vibraphone, Tibetan bowls, steel marimba, which was sort of what the vibraphone was before the vibraphone existed, the precursor, glass harmonica, wine glasses, etc. So basically, if you can see what I'm doing here, is I'm trying to imagine what is the percussion equivalent of what the orchestra is doing. A lot of this stuff I learned just simply from studying scores, concert music, band music, amazing books like Emil Richards' World of Percussion, with all of his unbelievable instrument collection. Amazing orchestrators like Conrad Pope, who writes so wonderfully for percussion. What's up, Conrad, if you're watching? And yeah, there's just, there's an amazing resource. LA Percussion Rentals has an unbelievable page talking about the instruments, demonstrating them with the different mallets and the different sound production. So I would definitely check them out. So that's sort of where I've gathered a lot of this knowledge from, and of course, trial and error. Asking people like Brian Kilgore, Joe Martone, some friends, colleagues, just a lot of questions about mallets and what they might use on a particular type of gesture. So I've put in a lot of this information for myself, but again, for you, maybe just soft, medium, hard, and ask questions. Harp harmonics, so again, what could be something that sounds somewhat like a harp harmonic, and song bells with soft rubber mallets, to me, sound like that. Vibraphone, steel marimba. And so, without going through every single one of these, I'll just go through a couple of other sort of major categories. So when you've got contrabass, slaps or clusters or Colegno or Bartok pits or something that's very ruvido, rough, at sforzando or mezzo forte and above, what are things that sound like that in the orchestra? And a gran casa shell, hitting it with the root, puili sticks, taiko rims, and so there's just lots of ideas here, and that's how I think about a lot of this stuff, really, is just what would be the equivalent. And I'm just gonna look through, see if there's any big categories here. Yeah, string risers. So that's when you're doing this quarter tone glissandi from the lowest point on the string to the highest. So suspended cymbal gives a really nice sound. A wind gong, which is like a tam-tam, but wind gongs are great when you want a softer dynamic, like pianissimo. They just bloom quieter. I have trans celeste, which is a transgender celeste. Just kidding. It's this crazy microtonal instrument that's in the Emil Richards collection. So yeah, a lot of this stuff, it's not going to be readily available, but you should know about these instruments. You can find one, buy one, sample it, you know, hire a player. So that's, you know, mostly just how I think about things. I would definitely encourage you to make your own lists of things. Just a couple of books I think are helpful. So the Emil Richards is awesome. There's an older book called Scoring for Percussion by Owen Reed and Joel Leach. I think my cat Money's coming to hang. What up, bud? Classic is How to Write for Percussion. It's a great one, and one I use a lot is Rangefinder for the percussion seeker. So yeah, I hope that that's helpful. There's definitely a lot of these sounds for media composers that are a part of standard sample libraries and stuff like that. And yeah, I hope this is helpful. So hope you guys have an awesome day and a great holiday, and I'll catch y'all later.